Everyone, my name is Chris-Beth Cowie. I'm the founder of Empowered Facts and the host of BizGrams. I'm super excited to bring you dynamic entrepreneurs who are doing amazing things in the community, impacting lives positively and making a positive difference. And today we have Natalee with us here from Tenacity International Immigration Services. Natalee, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good, thanks. Thanks for having me in the program.
Hey, thank you so much for being here. Natalee, talk to us a little bit about your entrepreneurship journey.
Well, when I migrated to Canada a few years ago, I was an accounting professional before I moved there. I had challenges finding a job in in accounting, sorry. And I searched, and there are like a lot of rejections. You don't have Canadian experience. So I decided to go back to school. And while searching and looking for something, I came across the immigration program. And I was like, knowing what I had went through, the migration process, the difficulties, the challenges, it is mentally and emotionally draining at times. And when I came across this program, I'm like, this is a way to give back, to help people navigate the system, pointing them in the right direction, helping them to not have to face the emotional and mental challenges as I did. It was a way for me to give back while educating and upgrading myself.
Hey, that is a powerful story. One of the things as an immigrant myself, I was only a child when I came, but I see and hear my parents talk about, the frustration, the mental toll, the financial toll, the emotional toll it took on them. And I think by proxy, feeling some of that as a child, and to have someone like yourself, helping families along this journey is so powerful. So talk to us a little bit more about Tenacity International Immigration Services. What is it that you do if someone were to come in search of your support?
So we're a full service immigration practices. We take care of all your immigration needs, whether it be a citizenship application, study permits, you want to file a humanitarian case. I do a lot of work with the farm workers. There's a program giving farm workers permanent residency now. So I'm currently doing a lot of work with the farm workers to help them get PR. So whatever immigration matters you have, would it be a study permit, permanent residence card renewal, an extension, anything immigration related, I will be able to help.
Hey, that is wonderful. I think one of the things around the farmers program you talked about, I know in my history, my grandfather once came to Canada as a migrant farmer, a migrant worker. And the challenges were real then. And, I think, now for those migrant farmers as well, being able to get a pathway to citizenship is very rewarding as well, because they are building this economy, as it's very much so. So thank you so much for sharing that. In terms of your, you've shared with us coming to Canada, trying to, fit in, find work, employment, and now starting this practice. What are some of the additional challenges that you've experienced along your entrepreneurial journey? And what are some of the lessons that you have learned? Or currently learning?
Currently learning. I realized that starting a business wasn't going to be an easy task. Going back to school, I started going my course in the midwinter. And like I said, being an immigrant, having to take the bus from Brampton to Toronto, in midwinter going to the bus stop, it was a challenge. It was hard, but I know I had to do it. I know I had to do it for myself. I had to do it for my family. The challenge mostly, I think the toughest challenge I had was when I was preparing for my license. I did it the exam the first time. I wasn't really prepared, and I thought of, okay, I should cancel. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait. And then I went and I didn't pass, and I was like, oh my God, I could just beat myself. I knew I wasn't ready because I was working a full-time job. I didn't have enough time to prepare. But then the second time I said, you know what? I have to pass this exam, and I buckled down, I put my foot to the metal, and I just practiced and studied. And that was the toughest challenge, honestly, because getting the license is a major hill to go.
Congratulations. Congratulations to you. I see the resilience and the stick-to-itiveness with you, and I'm sure you bring that same energy when working with clients to help them accomplish their dreams of becoming Canadian citizens. So also share with us a win, one of the greatest accomplishment wins. I feel like your passing this examination could be a win in is a win in itself. Are there any others that you'd like to share with us?
The biggest win is honestly being able to start my business. When I just started, I was like, it was in the middle of the pandemic. And I was like, oh, am I going to start an immigration business in the middle of a pandemic when there are lockdowns everywhere, no one is traveling? But then you have to find a way to pivot. So I pivoted. Instead of trying to target people wanting to come to Canada, I targeted people who are in Canada. Like I said, I researched programs that people who are in Canada can apply to. So I started targeting people who needed to do their extensions. I started targeting students. I started targeting the farm workers. And I'm like, the government have a plan a policy, you guys can apply for your PR. And they're like, really? We didn't know, And I find a lot of them are coming over, a lot of them are signing up, and a lot of them are looking to get their status in Canada, which I feel so good because, like I said, farmers coming here, building the economy, now having this opportunity to live there, take their wives, their kids, their family, and set up here. I have been guiding them through the process, helping them to schedule their exams. I feel accomplished, honestly. I feel like a big sister, watching her siblings accomplish their goals.
Hey, that is so powerful. And, I think when you shared, seeing your customers achieve their goal and helping them on that pathway like a big sister, I love that reference.
Yes.
Because it is about when you're building businesses, it's about the relationships that you build with your clientele. They are then empowered to say, you know what, you're trying to stay in Canada, you're here looking for help. Natalee and the folks at Tenacity Immigration would definitely be able to help in that way. So I think that is a powerful story in itself. I know one of the areas that you talk a lot about as well is, immigrations for sponsors and their dependents. And what is something that people should know as they're getting ready for that immigration process?
All right, if you're a sponsor and you're dependent, first thing you should know, you have to make sure if you have a dependent child that you want to sponsor, that child has to be 21 or younger. If you have a child that is close to that age gap, it's best to get in that application as soon as possible. And it's fairly simple. As long as you're a permanent resident or a Canadian citizen and you have a dependent child, you can sponsor the child. There is no financial or income requirement to sponsor your dependent or a spouse. So if you have a spouse living abroad, you have children living abroad, there's no financial requirement. All you need to do is fill out your documents and submit them, and Tenacity Immigration will be happy to help you do that.
Hey, that is awesome. And, I think one of the things, someone that is here in Canada, you talked about, due to the pandemic, having to pivot and shift. So the people that are working here in Canada with student visas, you're looking at working visas and looking to transition. What is your message for those folks?
People are here with student visas. All right, if you're in a student visa, you can apply for a postgraduate work permit after you finish your studies. And your postgraduate work permit may allow you to study for up to 3 years, depending on the duration of your course. So it's in equivalence to the duration of your course. And you may be able to work for up to 3 years. If you have a spouse, your spouse will also be eligible for a work permit and be able to work while you're here. And that gives you a pathway to permanent residency at the end of 1 year.
Hey, that is so much needed information, right? When I worked at Sheridan College, seeing students in the hallways, many of them are international students and always wanting to know, what do I do to stay in Canada beyond? And so again, definitely connecting with Natalee and her team, I think will definitely be a very supporting arm as you're going through this process. So Natalee, what advice or tips or strategies you have for other entrepreneurs along their entrepreneurial journey?
My personal thing that I always say is keep on trying and never give up. I always say to myself, once you have life, there is hope and you will find a way. And that's what I keep going. I consider myself a tenacious person. That's the name of my company, Tenacity, because I never give up. If I set my eyes on something, I'm going to work towards it. So when I decided to go back to school, I was like, immigrate, and I came across immigration. I was like, whoa, can I do this? But then I looked at myself and I said, of course I can do this. I have life. I'm strong. Nothing is wrong. Why can't I do it? I'm capable just as anyone else out there. And if you believe in your dream and your goals, you can achieve it. Just keep working at it and don't give up.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I thank you so much for sharing that. Sometimes when I host the show, I'm oftentimes seeking inspiration and hope for myself, some encouragement, and I will definitely have that in my thoughts throughout the remainder of the day. Don't give up. When you have life in your body, there is hope. You can find a way. Express tenacity. I love it. That will be the word for the day. So Natalee, along your entrepreneurial journey, are there any resources that have helped you, books, mentors, programs that have helped you to develop your business acumen?
Really, we have a strong group as an immigration consultant network. So we rely on each other a lot for information. We create WhatsApp group. We can reach out to each other if we need information and something just to back up, just to clarify. So I've relied on my colleagues a lot and they rely on us a lot. It's a group, it's a team. We work together, we help. We call it RCIC United. So we're United Immigration Consultants helping each other to help our clients to achieve their goals.
Hey, I love that. Finding a network of your peers to offer support and that camaraderie. One of my mentors calls it co-opetition, right? We can cooperate and support our clients ultimately in a very collaborative, safe and giving environment. So I think that is so powerful. So if you're out there, you're wondering where to go next, find a group of people in your industry who could be a support system for you as you're navigating your way. Thank you so much for sharing that. My final question to you, Natalee, is the entrepreneurial journey is full of highs and lows, no's and yeses. There's some good days and some bad days. And I'm just curious, at the end of it all, what is something that you do to recharge and express self-love in a fun, epical way? So fun, epical is my word. So fun and epic combined. A way, small or great memories or things that are done that are impactful. What is something that you do to express self-love in a fun, epical way?
Honestly, at the end of the day, I take my son for a walk. And we'll come back home and I'll ask him what you eat, what he wants. We have something to eat and we'll watch one of his favorite business shows or cartoons because I don't give him much screen time throughout the day. So that is our chill time. We chill and we watch TV until it's bedtime.
That is awesome. I love it. The quality time with family and loved ones is so crucial to our mental health as entrepreneurs as well. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. Natalee, it has been a privilege having you on the show with us today. Tell folks how they can get in contact with you to learn more about your business as well as your story.
They can visit my website at www.tenacityimmigration.com, or they can email me at info@tenacityimmigration.com. My contact number is 647-822-7397.